It's 11:16 and I feel really blah, and I've been sitting around looking at stuff on the internet for a while. I'm still in my jammies, and I made minimal effort at getting the gel to scrunch, and this is how it's turning out. Soft and flowy, very curly. Some of it is definitely sticking out the bottom though. Never gonna tell how these things are gonna go. It'll be interesting to see how this falls out. I may need to take some pins to it. Looks pretty cool though. I think it was worth the attempt with the scissors. Still, it's gonna have to grow out a bit. Yeah. I wasn't expecting to see this today, but it makes sense going by my personal lunar calendar. It's all good. Breakfast was pretty much coffee because I forgot and put milk in it instead of cream, and that's a little more high calorie. This is a sola bread, sun butter, and sugar-free jelly sandwich, and if you look closely, there's a Diet Pepsi can. Here's something I spent a good deal of time on today. I will tell you more about that in a minute. But yeah, this took some time. This took some doing. And I got it done. It's not quite 5 o'clock. I legit needed a replacement cutting blade thingy for an oscillating tool, so I had to run into Harbor Freight. And I finally mailed my Ancestry DNA box, and hopefully the time I waited is not going to affect how much they can read my DNA. I also stopped by the Dollar Tree next to there and got a few last minute things for the tape ball, which yeah, one of my kids specifically asked to, not tape ball, plastic wrap ball. It was requested this year. I did not put a paperback novel in it like I did one year, which was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I get like all kinds of crazy stuff put in the ball, and so far I am the only person in my family to set the ball up, so nobody else knows what's gonna be in there. And I'm kind of off the wall with what I will put in there, so everybody has a good time. Just make sure that it's stuff anybody could enjoy getting, right? So this year, sprinkled in amongst everything is a whole bunch of tiny chocolate Santas and some Christmas cracker shaped scented markers. And then there's things like yo-yos, silly putty, weird stuff like build your own kind of a, not quite connects, but close. Little toy helicopter, little toy car. There's a little wind-up robot. There's a dinosaur. Just a ton of junk, because apparently the best part of the ball is not unrolling the ball while the next person to get the ball is trying to roll doubles so that we can pass off. The best part is afterwards when everybody starts trading the stuff they got. Or at least that's what my kid says. So the ball is ready. The oscillating tool blade is picked up because home repair stuff. And I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll grab a beer. The tiny little fire department that serves the tiny little community that I live in has driven by on my street twice. Once with the ambulance doing the little whoop whoop thing, and just behind it a full-size fire truck with Santa Claus on top. I think they are making some deliveries out here for those in need. This is a low-income area. And it's really great to see Santa. I did hear him saying ho 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 very loud, but then again our walls are really thin. And the kids are, you know, running around outside because it's a nice day, so they'll see him. And it's also good to know that I saw it on the news, right? I saw it on the news. Dr. Fauci said he inoculated Santa Claus himself. It's handled, right? So, nothing to worry about. I'll admit, I did spend dinner parked in front of the TV, but I was really tired. I had half a steak because they were huge, mashed potatoes, green beans with butter and Parmesan, and asparagus for dinner, and it was awesome. Alright, it is actually 12:50, so that's earlier than the last couple of nights, I guess. I have really been thinking it over today. And apparently I just straightened out some of this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do like a 1-day great big closet purge. I don't think it's feasible for me specifically. But I still feel like this is a big deal. So, I have a plan. I'm going to keep track. I'm going to write down as things come out of the closet. I'm going to mention whether or not things coming out of my wardrobe are in donatable condition, or if I'm just, you know, like the jeans I have that are completely shredded, if they're just going to go in the garbage. Because some of this stuff, even the really awful Goodwill is not going to want. Have you ever been to one of those Goodwills where everything is just the worst? And you try to go through the clothing and it's been so picked over and only like the most awful stuff is left. Yeah, that's the one near me. I'm gonna write these things down. I'm gonna categorize them into tops, bottoms, dresses, and so on and so forth. And I'm gonna see, you know, this is gonna make it easier for me to tally how much I've gotten rid of. I'm gonna keep track of the sizes as well. So if I need to let go of some things that I've purchased on the way down, that those will be late in the list, but they'll also be accounted for. So this should be interesting. I think this is also going to give me a realistic view of what's going to need replaced. For instance, if I barely get rid of any of my shirts, then I will certainly not be shopping for more shirts. Meanwhile, I am going to need more jeans. I believe I'm up to 5 pairs of solid yoga pants and 2 pairs of, I guess you'd call them flared leggings, because they're really not in any shape to be worn as pants because they're too flowy and thin. I do think there's a difference between yoga pants and leggings, in that leggings fabric it feels more like glorified tights, whereas yoga pants actually have some body to them. They're like, they can stretch and you're not worried it's going to become see-through. And then of course there's jeans, which don't do that. No matter how much you stretch them, they'll rip, but unless they're ripped, you're not going to see anything because denim. Yay. I'm interested to see if my dress slacks and blazer are going to be falling off of me. I haven't had those on since, I want to say, a church service, probably in March. I think March 8th, I believe, because March 7th, I was in a production of the YouTube's going to censor this word for the female genitalia monologues. And then I was doing the service the very next day for a guest minister. So I was worship leader for a guest minister that on the 8th. And then I think it was the following Sunday, everything shut down in March. And it's, oh my gosh, Christmas is less than a week away, and it's been that long. Okay, so I'm gonna start my first purge box tomorrow. I'm also going to try to get some work done on the bathroom floor with this darn vent, because currently it's still got the temporary floor covering over it rather than the temporary flooring. It's a whole thing. But basically we got stuck on this really dull blade, and we need to trim up the hole that the vent then gets stapled into the sides, and then the vent cover comes down on it. Yeah, I need to get that done. So, purge box, well, wardrobe purge box. I think I'm going to start adding, wardrobe purge box number blah in the description when I have anything to add for that. I did have a beer today. I also had some Lily's stevia sweetened chocolate covered caramels that I was really hoping they would be more like Whoppers, but they weren't. Still having a much easier time with candy that has been stevia sweetened rather than everything else. Sugar still no go, but I got some mashed potatoes today, so I'm pretty sure that leaves my option for French fries open at a later time, which would be good because I miss French fries with malt vinegar. It's a Canadian thing, and I am so here for it. So, yes, tomorrow, when I get into my closet, when I get into the drawers, I am going to be looking for things that are falling off of me. And I am going to make note of what they are and whether they're going in the wardrobe purge box or in the garbage. I guess I should say wardrobe donation box, or just the donation box during the whole wardrobe purge. That was anticlimactic. And I'm going to try to make an early evening of it tonight. I think I'm going to turn off the episode that started, which is apparently season 3, episode 6 of Turn, Washington Spies. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to watch like a half-hour show, and then I'm going to call it. And thus begins a new day. Thanks for sharing my day with me.